Good afternoon. The Ogs would like to tell you another story today called The Mysterious Voice in the Rocks. And it includes quite a few of the Ogs, not all of them, but quite a few. So I've got them all here first of all, because I'm not going to be able to juggle them as I read it, okay? So first of all, I'd like to introduce you to Aggie. She's very, very retro in her lovely funky dress. Okay, she often hangs out with Aggie. You remember we've met Aggie before because she's got her lovely little bra strap belt going on, and so put her down. It's also Tom. You've seen Tom as well, I'm sure. All the fluff from them is itching my nose. So he's in it. You've got Kenneth. We've seen Kenneth before as well. So he's star character in it. Eleanor, bossy Eleanor, we call her. She's always bossing people around. We got lovely Sylvie and Graham, who are the bestest of friends. Oh, she's always looking that way. Hello. And Graham in his funky jeans. So I'll have a few of them on my lap just to set the scene, and then I shall talk to you through the story, or talk about them through their story. Okay, The Mysterious Voice in the Rocks. The Ogs are all busy working today. The work rota says that Eleanor and Sylvie are on driftwood collection. Kenneth and Graham are on cooking duty. Tom is on cleaning, and Clarice and Aggie are on finding and making. Come on, Sylvie, we want to be back before lunch, calls Eleanor. As they walk off into the distance, they hear a crashing sound back at the camp. Oh no, I forgot Kenneth and Graham are preparing lunch today. They are so clumsy, sighs Eleanor. Let's get a move on. I expect we will have to help them later. You know what those two are like. They will play around, then forget that they need to make lunch, tuts Sylvie. Back at the camp, Kenneth has put a metal cooking pot on his head and is walking around with his eyes shut. Graham is trying to guide him, but Kenneth has walked into a rock and banged his head. Oh, my head is ringing, cries Kenneth. He takes the pot off his head, but still feels as if he has a bell inside. Ah, that's weird. I can still hear ding. Let me have a go, says Graham excitedly. Graham puts the pot on his head and leans over to tap the rock. "Ooh, when will it stop?" asks Graham with his hands over his ears. Tom stops cleaning and walks over. "Kenneth and Graham, what are you doing?" says Tom in a cross voice. "We're experimenting," says Graham. "I had the cooking pot on my head and I accidentally walked into the rock. Now my head is ringing," explains Kenneth. "I had a go as well. When will this ringing stop?" asks Graham. Tom looks at the two of them, shakes his head from side to side before explaining what has happened. The metal pan is very hard. When you hit your head on the rock, it makes a sound. That sound has nowhere to go, so it's bouncing around inside the pan really quickly. It's called vibration, says Tom, and your head is stopping the noise from escaping. "But why did it ring in my head after I took the pan off?" asks Kenneth. "By putting the pan so close to your ears, the noise was really loud for you. The noise takes a little while to fade away," says Tom. "Now I think you two need to stop playing and start cooking before the others get back." Tom turns and wanders off to find his duster and bucket, which are here. Further up the beach, Eleanor has spotted a nice piece of wood on top of some rocks. She climbs up, but all of a sudden a piece of material jumps out of nowhere. Eleanor and Sylvie look up and see something blowing in the sky. It looks like a piece of paper tied to some string. And they follow the piece of string down, and there at the bottom of the string are Aggie and Clarice. "Hello, you two. Do you like our magic string?" asks Aggie excitedly. "It gave me a bit of a fright blowing out like that," replied Eleanor. "Sorry, we didn't realise how long the string was. We found it on the beach," says Clarice. All of a sudden, the wind blows the string out of Aggie's hand. The ladies all run after it. "Oh, no," cries Clarice. "Don't worry," calls Aggie. "We're coming," shout Eleanor and Sylvie, rushing behind. The material and string blow up and then down, back then forward. Finally, it drifts forward towards a large hole in the rocks. Aggie is the first to reach it. She runs into the hole in the rocks and calls back to the others, "I found it!" Suddenly another voice calls back, "I found it, I found it, I found it. Aggie looks deeper into the hole and calls back, "No, I found it." Immediately the strange voice calls back, "No, I found it, no, I found it, I found it. Aggie looks all around her. It's very dark. Clarice calls into the hole, "Are you okay, Aggie? Have you got it?" Aggie is pleased to hear her friend's voice. Yes, I've got it, Clarice. The strange voice also calls back. Yes, I've got it, Clarice. I've got it, Clarice. I've got it, Clarice. Yes. Who else is in there with you, Aggie asks Clarice. I don't know, Clarice, replies Aggie, looking all around her. The voice also calls back. I don't know, Clarice. I don't know, Clarice. Don't know, Clarice. Yes. Aggie turns to the strange voice and calls out, Clarice is my friend. The strange voice replies, Clarice is my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend. Aggie is annoyed at the strange voice now. Hey, Clarice is my friend. Clarice hears this and calls out to Aggie. Do I know them, Aggie? They said I am their friend. Aggie grabs a magic string and runs out of the hole. Oh, Clarice, I can't see anyone, but they said you are their friend, explains Aggie. I will have to go and say hello to them, then says Clarice. We will all go with you, suggests Eleanor. Can I stay outside, asks Sylvie quietly. I don't like the dark. Oh, Sylvie, you can keep watch, suggests Clarice. Eleanor, Aggie and Clarice slowly approach the hole. They hear each of their crunching feet as they stand on the pebbles. Clarice is the first to talk inside the hole. Hello, she calls. Hello, 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 calls the voice. I do recognise their voice, says Clarice quietly to the others as she thinks what she could ask them next. Suddenly, Sylvie shouts from outside the hole. Tom's on his way in. Kenneth and Graham need our help, she calls. The sound of Tom's feet approach. Crunch, 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 crunch. Hello, ladies, says Tom. Hello, ladies, hello, ladies, hello, ladies, calls the voice. This is very strange. They can see us, but we can't see them, says Eleanor. Tom laughs out loud. Ha ha ha, an echo, ha, an echo, 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 says the strange voice. Oh, what? asks the ladies. Oh, what? Tot, 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 says the strange voice. Tom drops his voice very low and explains. It is an echo. The sound of your voices are bouncing off the rocks. This is what we call a cave. Over long periods of time, the sea can make these big, deep holes inside the rocks. The sound of your voice can't get out. It can't escape. So the further you are in the cave, the deeper you go. The sounds vibrate as they bounce off the solid walls. Next to walk in are Graham, Kenneth and Sylvie. Sorry, lunch went wrong, says Kenneth awkwardly. Sorry, lunch went wrong, wrong, echoes the cave. Who said that? asks Kenneth, looking around in surprise. Who said that? Who said that? asks the echo. It's the echo, Kenneth, says Tom quietly. It picks up your voices, just like the ringing you had in your ears when you put the cooking pan on your head. The sound is bouncing off the walls. You did what? Shout the ladies. Kenneth looks at Eleanor's cross face. You did what? What, shouts the echo. Kenneth and Graham try to explain with their heads hung low. We were experimenting and we forgot about lunch. I knew it. Didn't I say this would happen, says Sylvie as she turns and marches out of the cave towards the camp to begin preparing for lunch. Kenneth and Graham are very quiet. Come on, Ogs, let's go and help Sylvie, says Tom. Just as they are about to leave, Aggie runs back to the cave and shouts, Goodbye, new friend! Goodbye, new friend, calls back the echo. Goodbye, Ogs. Experimental little Ogs that they are. Okay, nice to see you again and see you again tomorrow.